we all doing? I had to get the tacky Christmas gear out again, didn't I? I've got to. Look at my grotto. Look at my grotto. Mrs. Cruncher's sorted me right out, look. I've got it all. It's all in here. I've got lights, everything. I can't really see the lights because of the studio light here. But, and the tacky t-shirt, all ready for Christmas. How we doing all? Where's the mallet? Oh dear. There you go. It's the start of the Christmas live streams, people. All sorts of things can happen, you just never know. We've got a few in already. First one of the Christmas. Yeah. I had to go with the loudest shirt. Well, not quite the loudest. It is pretty loud, though. Let's just turn that down a fraction. I don't know how much of that's coming across on the microphone. There you go. And the Christmas intro back again. It was a couple of tweaks. I don't know if you saw the credits, but it was quite a bit of fun. So we got Michael hiding. I'm Michael. Rob Hall. Nick Petronics. Good afternoon, or is it evening? I suppose it's evening, isn't it? Early evening. Derek, how are you? Linton, afternoon, Linton. I still haven't sorted you out that IFT yet, Linton. I must get round to that. I'm a bit snowed under with stuff at the moment, but I will get to it, mate. Phil the Power, how you doing, Phil? Andy Beck, hi Andy. Dave Roberts, Benji, Pat Jones, Daniel. Just turned off and finished work. Good stuff, Daniel. I take it you're working from home still. Dave Rhodes, hi Dave. Doug, how are you? Takes a confident man to wear a shirt like that. Oh yes. Well, you see, how you doing, Paddy? Hi Colin. It's too much, James, is it? Douglas, I mean. Too much. You can't take it. You just can't take it. Oh, you know, we've got to decorate the place up for Christmas, haven't you? I'm Christmas right up. I can't find any of my stuff. It's all buried underneath Christmas stuff. As you can see, Mrs. Crunch has been in here and gone on the rampage in here. Hooked me right up. Hi, Brett. Hi, Rob. Rob Titheridge, how you doing, Rob? So I need to make a bit of room here. Let's get Father Christmas back up on the shelf. The goats are looking pretty festive this year as well. The goats are looking pretty festive, so we got the goats sorted out. Yeah, this one's decided to pinch a bit of the decoration. This one's been eating it as well, so we got the goats back on just in case. The Christmas goats, look. Say hello. 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 Madness, isn't it? Any room for a radio? Plenty of room for a radio. There's always room for a radio. Let's zoom out a little bit and in amongst this. Well, this is a radio. This is a radio. What do you mean? So let's just have a bit of a shuffle around. So we got the Hacker Hunter that came in the other day, and it's got a strange. Well, it's got more than one fault actually, which is going to be a bit of a challenge. So could need a bit of help. Could do with a bit of help with this one. I'll just come back with my lovely Christmas t-shirt on so you know what's going on. Evening, Rob, how are you? First Christmas with us. You're about to like it, Paddy. Cheers, thank you, mate. So yeah, we got this one to have a look at. So really, what we tend to do if you haven't done these before is we have a bit of a yap and have a look at a radio. It's very laid back. We've normally got an advent calendar to open. I've actually got 3 this year, so loads and loads of things going on. Evening, Remlap. Patrick, how you doing? Yeah, that's Mrs. Cruncher decorated them up, put the bells on them. I promptly managed to get the bells pulled off of them, but so I've managed to reattach them. Christmas, Christmas goats. Oh dear, it's buffering, is it? I'm doing okay here by the looks of it. Stream's pretty healthy. No warnings. Good health here, apparently. We've got 16 thumbs up already, so thank you for that, people. Give it that thumbs up. And if you're not a subscriber, I'm sure you will be by the end of it all, if you manage to brave the whole 24 live streams. So the idea is we're going to do a live stream every day. Mrs. Cruncher's on holiday at the moment for a week, so it'll be sort of 5 till... I always aim for an hour, but it normally goes on for 2 hours, so we really want to be done and dusted by about 7 at the latest. So just a couple hours, bit of fun, look at a radio, and open all these advent calendars. So I'm going to have to open the advent calendars in a specific order, I think, because I've got a couple unusual ones, shall we say. So I think actually I'm going to have to open one fairly soon. Is the little singing Christmas tree out this year? It should be, Derek. I don't know what's happened to it. I thought I packed it away in all the Christmas stuff. In fact, I know I did. I wonder why I haven't got that this year. It should be here. I will ask Mrs. Cruncher, and we will have it, because that was a real humdinger, that one. Took a fair bit of putting together. I mean, Simon loved it. Simon loved the one. Evening, Jess, how are you? How you feeling, Jess? How did you get... Where are you? Where are you, ZX? Harvey. Welcome. So yeah, thanks for all the thumbs up. As I say, if you're not a subscriber, hit the subscribe button as well. So yeah, format is pretty much every day in the sort of late afternoon, early evening. With Mrs. Cruncher home, it's going to be around about this time, 5 till 7. So if she's got a day off, which is Mondays and Thursdays, then it's 5 to 7. All the rest of the week's going to be later, because I'll need to do the dogs, the chickens, and have my tea first. So when Mrs. Cruncher's back to work, it'll probably be something like 7 o'clock, which I'm sure will suit quite a few people. So it'll be sort of 7 till 9 then, when Mrs. Cruncher's back to work. So just keep your eye open on the notifications. I've already got something in mind to do tomorrow, but maybe we'll show you that at the end of this stream. So then, if you fancy, you can tune in tomorrow. So let me get the advent calendar cam going a minute. Let me just put this back on while I adjust the camera angles, etc., and lighting. Because I've got myself a rather special advent calendar this year. Let me just have a look at the lighting. Let's pop the lighting over that way a little bit. Okay. I wonder if you can do like a delayed cut. I don't know. Anyway, let's go over to my first advent calendar. Actually, it's not. I'm not quite got that lined up. It needs to go up a little bit higher than that, but you get the gist. So I wonder what this is. It's big, I can tell you that. Let me just step in front of the camera. So you can see by my hand that this is some big advent calendar. And if we look, can we look on the side? We've got a beer advent calendar, look. Now the reason we've got a beer advent calendar is because last year I went around all the supermarkets and all the little deli shops and, you know, all the little tiny shops that do funny sort of real ales, and I managed to get like nearly a full complement of Christmas beers. I had to knock it on the head a little bit because I was poorly last year and had to take some antibiotics. But of course, with COVID this year, I haven't been able to go around and pick any up. So St Austell's Ales advertised this, and literally this was the last one. I immed and ammed because it was a lot of money. This basically, it's got 24 beers in here, and one for each day. So I think without further ado, we need to get number one open. Let's see what's in there. It might. I haven't got a clue what beers are in here. Oh, okay. Well, that's it's a bit different. Eureka! I don't know if you can see that on the webcam, but not that I'm condoning drinking at sort of 5:30 or 5:15, whatever it is. So let me come back and come back onto the main camera. So, oh, there we go. Our first advent calendar opening. The dogs have got an advent calendar, and Mrs. Cruncher's got an advent calendar as well. Hi Dave, how are you? You Pateru Killer, yeah. You've done a number on that one for sure. But welcome Dave anyway, mate. And thanks Mr. E for the nice grotto. Mrs. Cruncher's been very busy. Well, I'm not going to get any issues with them really, Harvey, am I? Because it's one a day. It's like your fruit, isn't it? 5 a day, one beer a day. So as I say, it was a bit of a shame that I couldn't go shopping because I always enjoy having a look at all the beers and choosing them. But this year, St Austell's Ales have chosen them. I think this is a special as well. They've just sent out an email advertising this one as a one-off. So there's a lot of one-off beers in this, I believe. Not necessarily Christmas beers. This has got natural yeast in it, apparently. So I've got to pour it carefully. Well, that's not great because it was on its side. Oh well. Looks like I'll be drinking a bit of yeast in this one. So we got the Radiocruncher beer mug that Mrs. Cruncher got from me last year. Most of you know this anyway, but I'm just letting you know for the people that are just joining and must be wondering what the hell is going on. He's on the beer again. But it is Christmas, isn't it? That's my excuse. It is all Cornish beer, Jess, I think. Or there's some Bath ales in there as well. Apparently they own Bath ales. With me at chicken. Oh, Benji's still on his Spy My Stuff thing again, is he? Can you hear that thing going in the background? Is that doing your head in? Christmas is coming and the wallet got very thin. Yeah, this I did look these up again, and they're totally sold out now for this year. So if you want a St Austell's Ales Advent beer Advent calendar, you can't get it. They literally have sold out. I and ahed, and I went in on the website, and I think there was something like 60 something of these Advent calendars left. And I thought, no, it's just too much money. But then I worked out how much it would cost if I bought the beers individually, and actually, it worked out fairly good value. So there we go. You go Eureka APA, American Pale Ale. There you go, Doug. Cheers, everybody. Happy Christmas. Jess is on the laser hot hits again. Right, so I think we're nearly ready to go in. You're not allowed to put Christmas lights up this year. Hi Gary, how are you? Just back from shopping. Unlucky, mate. A box of Yorkshire tea bags is your advent calendar. Have you got little numbers on them, Harvey? Oh, that's actually quite nice. Yeah, St Austell's Ales, good stuff. I saw it advertised last year, but I'd already got probably half of them from what I needed. Right, let's shall we crack on? I need to get my webcam back because I'm rolling over the wire. We don't want to be doing that, really. Being I was looking for a webcam from my lad earlier, and I was absolutely shocked at the price of these now. They've gone mentally expensive. What's going on here? Okay. Let's get that one sorted. Let's go into the webcam. And let's have a look at this radio. Let's get some battery contacts back on it. Actually, I have disconnected it all. Let's crack on. I don't know if any of you can remember this this radio from, I think it was the last lockdown stream, wasn't it, on Wednesday? I'm trying to think. It's distorted on FM and AM doesn't work at all. So what I intended to do next, and I will do this now. I wasn't going to work on this one, but I've got quite a few Hacker Hunter videos coming up. I certainly will be doing another one this Christmas, so this won't be the first of these you see. And we've got Sean's giveaway as well, don't forget. I'm not going to do that one today. I was going to, but I don't think we're going to have time. And I haven't put notification out. So the next Hacker Hunter we do, which is for a friend, and we'll explain that that's one that I'm letting him have in exchange for something. So what I want to do is get this one apart and get it on the bench supply, because everything I need to get at is probably easier to access from the back of the board, and I need to check the power connectors as well and the headphone socket. So lots of stuff to mess with, because we have got a bit of distortion, as I said, on FM, which I don't really know what it is at this stage. I'm hoping that the look at me working overtime. I'm hoping that the AM is just going to be the oscillator transistor. I'm hoping. That'd be nice if it was. Or even dirty switches. God, this ain't coming off, is it? Typical, isn't it? It's APA, Doug, it says. American Pale Ale. But yeah, IPA does seem to be going mental at the moment, doesn't it? Just trying to get this end cap off. There's a little screw in underneath, but there's like a captive washer. We might have time, Dave, if you're still there, Mr. Dave Edge, to have a quick look at how far I've gone with your Upatero, which is all the bits are in, and I've actually finished it today. I just haven't had time to put it on and test it. Why is this not coming off? Why aren't you coming off? Stuff's falling everywhere here as usual. Simon, distortion could be the cap across the discriminator or discriminator out of alignment. Yeah, I think you could be right, Simon. I've had a very similar problem with one of these before, and that was one of the diodes in the discriminator. But that was a lot worse distortion than this one is. For some reason, these blimmin' caps won't come off the end. They should just pop off these caps. I don't want to force it because I don't want to damage the aluminium. There we go. So I did have a little... So yeah, you've got a captive like washer thing there, and a screw, and there's a washer, a couple of washers in behind. You just need to get them back in the right order, otherwise the handle will go all floppy or too rigid. One or the other. And that one's come off easy. That's typical, isn't it? I think that looks like a posi drive. Is that a posi drive? Oh, it's a posi drive. So then these have got to come out. There's loads of bits to these, so don't lose anything. Oh, so you've he says as he drops a washer on the floor. So you've got a washer that goes next to the wood. You've then got a rubber washer. Then you've got a spacer, another washer, and then that captive washer. So it's loads of stuff. Try and sort of leave them together if I can, but invariably they all pull apart. Because that's actually holding the case inside as well. There we go. Okay, so that's disconnected, that's attached to there. We've got to disconnect the external aerial socket, 2 plugs. We will need to disconnect the power inside here because this is one of the later ones with a power socket on the side. So that's connected in here. And that might be a part of the issue as well with the distortion. It could be a power supply issue. We've checked the amplifier by plugging another one in, and it's not a lot different. It is better, but still not great. Okay. So, there's our power connector inside. Let's just zoom you in on that. Where are we? There. So these can get a bit tarnished as well. And you've got a switch in here. So this will all need to be cleaned up. Okay, so there's our chassis. So it's worth having a visual look over this, just to make sure there's nothing obvious, because very often it is obvious. So we get the old magnifying glasses. I think we need the Christmas background music, don't we? Yeah, I think we need that, just to get us in the Christmas mood. Have you all done your shopping yet? Mrs. Cruncher and Elias, well, and me. Got Mrs. Cruncher her favourite Ferrero Rocher. Ferrero Rocher, is it? I don't know. Ferrero Rocher. Okay. So I'm just really having a look in just to make sure we've got no obvious dry joints, broken tracks, cracked boards, that sort of thing. Nothing horrendous. My My microphone probably is picking up that quite loud when I'm not talking. Okay, there's all sorts of things that can cause distortion. Oh, we've got a strange... Looks like the end of that cap there's been overheated. So, someone was on about the discriminator. That's down in this area. There's two diodes there. So I've had one of those gone before. In fact, it was broken in half. I just didn't notice it at the time. Okay. So again, we've got all the original capacitors in here. This one up here sometimes can cause a problem up in the corner. Ooh, this one's got a half decent cap in it, but we'll test it. Just looking for any broken resistors. And of course, we've got lock fits throughout this thing as well. The lock fits are fine until they're not, and then they get really noisy. So we've got a BF194 in the mixer oscillator position for AM, because the front end for FM is in this little plastic can. Right, let's see if we can hook it up then. I cannot physically see anything wrong with it. We need to stick some switch cleaner in the switches, because usually that's what stops long wave and medium wave working, because the set never gets switched to long wave, medium wave, and when you do switch it over, it's got dirty contacts. Can't really see inside that plastic thing very well. Yeah, nothing that I can see that's jumping out at me as an issue. You know, these caps, the end caps can move off these horrible things. But they look all right. The only one that I say looks a bit strange is this capacitor up here. It says 2K 10%. That does look like it's overheated, but there's no signs of overheating on the board. The other thing is all the little bits of elastic are in the cores. I think these are I'm not sure which way around it is now. I think the top ones are FM and the bottom ones are AM, or vice versa. I'm not sure. I have got a schematic, but right. Let's catch up with the chat quickly and have another swig of beer. Ribbon voice coil. Yeah, it could be Doug. Voice coil doesn't sound to be rubbing. I've just sort of flexed it slightly from behind. No, voice coil's not rubbing. It is moving as well. Be careful I don't stick my finger through it, Doug. that would cost me a bit, wouldn't it? Okay, so let's have a look here. How are we going to power this thing up? Going to need to connect that back to there. It's a pain, these external sockets, really. Let me think, that goes in there. It's a while since I've done one of these with the power socket in the side. As I say, it was only the newer ones that had that. Let me think, how are we going to do this? Is that ain't going to reach there, is it? It's typical. Yeah, we should be okay like that. We should be all right like that. No spiders, no bugs. Yeah, sort of like a leaf green, isn't it, the PCB? Or like a camo. It's an army camo, isn't it? That sort of colour. So, as I say, I think we've got a problem with the transistor. I mean, we might be able to check that a minute with it before I power it up, just with the multimeter. I have got my other multimeter up as well, but you can't see it because of all the Christmas decorations. So yeah, I've got the Agilent meter keyed up. Let's just see if we can check this transistor on diode mode. And normally it's going to have a short. I can't remember what the pin out on these now. The junction there, let's reverse those. Yeah, I think that one's alright actually, but I'm not sure that reading doesn't look quite so good. Really what I was looking for was to see if there was any shorts across that, but there isn't. Not to say it ain't working though. Okay, let's get my leads sorted out. What voltage are we on? 6 volts at the moment. I've had a bit of a move around up on my shelving as well. I've shoved my power supply along a bit and I've got the multimeter a bit closer to me. Okay. 18 volts. Reaching through the decorations. Nothing on long wave and medium wave, so we should have radio 4 about there. See, the distortion on FM could also be the fact that we haven't got a decent aerial on here. Aerial length is quite, what's the word? It's quite important on these. They don't like the wrong size aerial. Still work, but they can distort a bit. Let's check that one out there. See, the thing is, I'm on maximum volume as well.
Distancing and this question about it. And although the good news is that the reproduction number is coming down, and
see, I'm really cranked up. That's maximum volume there. I mean, that should be absolutely blasting.
Across the country, and if you simply take the brakes off, then the virus will start reproducing, and the natural reproduction number is 3, so it'll take off again very, very quickly.
Expect to. So tier 2.
It's not too bad.
Tier 2, which is going to be the biggest category tomorrow. One would imagine that would more or less hold it. Is it going to do much to reduce it? Do you think the virus will shrink under that?
The answer is it should certainly hold it, and with any luck, it will reduce it slowly. And of course, the tier 2 areas are areas where the prevalence of the virus is lower. But we know from the previous lockdown that tier 3 nations.
Right. There doesn't appear to be anything on medium wave or long wave. So let's give this pots a squirt first with my new Servasol. Don't worry, Rob, we've got it covered, mate. So let's do the switches first. Let's just turn the power supply off. So they all interact, the switches, so you need to make sure they're all clean. Don't need to flood them really. Going to pop the scope on a minute because I'm going to want to have a look at the oscillator in a minute if it is running. I've had to mess about with my leads here as well. Where's that one gone then? Let's find my probes. Channel 1, if I can find my probe. I just want to see if there's anything going into the base of the off the collector of the mixer oscillator. I see. Right, let's give that a bit more of a move in. It could be a cap. It could well be a cap gone. There's plenty of suspects in here. Not very often these blue ones go fatally bad though, to be honest. Right, let's make sure this isn't going to short out on anything. Let's have a look. That's not really... That's a good ground. Where are we there? Rob, for no apparent reason, apart from it's Christmas. Great stuff. Thank you very much, Rob. Cheers, mate. Happy Christmas to you. We're going to have some fun anyway, aren't we? That's the main thing. Right, power on. Yeah, no, it's not definitely not the switches then. Just see if I can get anything on this scope. Okay, I have got... I've got a signal there. Just see if I can get you in on the scope a minute. Bear with me. There's a lot of Christmas stuff to get through to get to the scope. Here we go. Yeah, sure we can see that. So I need to find the pin out of this transistor a minute. So let me get my because I have got a good signal here. Actually, probably want to be looking at what I'm probing. Let's get you down. Picture in picture. Don't know how. Yeah, you ain't going to be able to see that. If I zoom in, it'll go all fuzzy. Okay, ignore that. We'll get the overhead camera in. Bit of overhead camera action. If you'll reach over that far. Because I've got the case in the way. Let's find it again. There it is. Right, so I'll stick that one in picture and we'll go to the overhead camera. Hopefully you can see that oscilloscope in the corner there. Got a bit of a glare on it, haven't we? What's that from? That's from this camera light here. Let's pop that one off a second then. That's better. Okay. Brett, are you lagging or am I lagging? Can you put the scope in shot 2, please? You should be able to see that up in the corner, look. Let me make it a bit bigger for you. Number 2, zoom. How about that, Brett? Sorted? So if I probe this transistor, I don't know which is which at the moment. So if I probe that one, it's clearly a trace there. I'm not sure which one is the base and which one is the collector. So we've got a small signal there, but not a lot, and nothing on that one. So I'd assume that that's the base there, probably. It's getting amplified, and that's probably the collector, but I'm not sure. We need to see whether it's moving with the tuning dial. So let me just have a look, see which one that is. That is TR1. I don't know if there's a board layout in this one actually. No, so I'm going to have to work it out, aren't I? Right, TR1. So the collector goes to T1. Let me just turn this off a minute so I don't short anything out. Okay, well, you know, it is actually marked on there. So yeah, that is the collector that I've got the big signal going on. That is the collector. So it's collector, emitter, base, as we're looking at it underneath here. So I was right. So that is working as far as I know. So that's the base there. I've got it turned off now. Let's pop it back on. That's the base, and I can bring that up a little bit so you can see it. So that's the signal on the base. If I move to the collector, obviously we're off the screen now, so that's that looks fine to me. Let's just try moving it. You can see it's moving in and out. Let's just alter that there. Let's give you a better so that's the base. Let's just turn that one down a bit. Oh, you should be able to see the waveform moving in and out. So oscillator's working. So then we need to go to the IF can. Oh, which is there. Obviously that's the collector still. The signal's just got stronger for some reason. Why is that? Have we got some... Okay. Nothing so far. So okay, so this is our collector. That's our base. So that is definitely amplifying. That transistor's working fine. We're coming into the IFT. Is that the output? Ah, okay, we don't seem to be getting past. Just make sure. Oh, hang on. No, I've got the legs wrong. Okay. Nothing there. Okay, we've got nothing coming out of that. We have got a weak signal there. That's the oscillator coil, I believe. Is it going to trigger? It's not going to trigger, is it? Let me just move the trigger up a bit. There we go. Okay. So that's a transformer, so the signal coming out the other side would be weaker, but we've got a hell of a signal going in, and I thought there'd been a bigger signal coming out of that, but I may be wrong. So it's transformer 1, and the signal gets transformed across that, and it goes down to the FM switch. I don't know which way around that switch is, which way the plunger is. There's a plunger at the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pin 6 on the FM. This is going to be a tricky one, I think. So that's going to be that terminal there. That's going up to pin 6 on the FM board, which is there. Is it on the other side as well? Yes, it is. So if I switch. Yeah, so if I switch FM, it switches that. Let's have a look. Pin. I'm just rambling to myself here, people. I'm just following the circuit back through. So one side of the core goes to ground, the other side comes out, goes to that switch. So that's switched in. That's in the FM position. Push it down, that's in that. So then that links that across. Comes into C7. So that would switch it across to C7. Okay, I heard something then, but I'm on FM. So there's our signal. Still got our oscillator going. So that goes across to C7, which is 10 picofarads, and then it goes into the medium wave switch from C7. I wonder where C7 is. This is a problem, you've got to look at both sides of the board here. I wonder if C7 is one of these. Let me just find out where C7 is. We can scope that. C7, come in, C7, where are you? Spud vision, back to normal. What are you on, Benji? What's going on? Spud vision. Right, let's find the board layout. What's going on here? FM tuner, we don't want that, so we want the board layout. Here we go. IF C7, where are you? It's got to be somewhere between medium wave and long wave. R7. It's got to be that one on the top there. Careful you don't short this out, Graham. Let's chuck that over the top out of the way. So it must be one of these caps here, I would have thought. It's not shown on the circuit, on the board layout. If it is, I'm blind and I can't see it. Let's get a ground point again. I reckon one of these is C7 because that's the FM. So it's either that one or that one. It's one of these two here, one of those two. It's not that one. Nothing on there at all. Oh, cool, that made me jump. Hell. Don't do that to me. Oh, where's our signal disappear to then? It's not here on the top of the pins. The top and the bottom of the pins. Ah, here we go. There it is. So we must have a signal there then. It's just my... It's not a very strong signal, is it? So where does it go from there? It must pop back underneath the board then, so that's a second pin up from the bottom on the... Second pin up from the bottom. Okay. So you can't really see in underneath there. I'm sort of trying to get into the underside of the switch. You can sort of, you can see the FM switch there, but the medium wave one is right up in underneath here. So it looks like it comes out that green wire. Let me just find a decent ground. I'm not going to short anything out on. He says, I'll touch something in a minute and it'll spring back into life. It's going to be one of these, I think. Is that a decent ground there or not? Okay, so we've got a weak signal there. Nothing there. Well, that's... Am I going backwards? Because we're coming back to the tuning cap now. That's... I think I'm going backwards here. Oh, Aston, how are you? You made it. Looks like a hacker. It is a part of a hacker. I'm just trying to work out why the hell it's not working on AM at the moment, Aston. It's working fine on FM. It appears to be oscillating. Okay, so that goes down to TC1, which is one of the trimmer caps. Okay, right, so that's... So FM, push it down. And that. Going around in circles there really on that schematic. Let me see if I can get you the schematic up so you can have a look, see what the hell I'm up to. Hi JP8 Jetta, Merry Christmas to you as well, mate. It's gone dark in here, isn't it? It's because I've got this light here off because it's blowing the scope out. Ooh, that's bright lights, bright lights, bright lights. Yeah, catch you in a minute, Rob. So we should be on till about 7. Another hour. Another hour of messing around. Let's just knock that down. Oh, that's the other way. Right, let's see if I can find the schematic. I've got it here somewhere. Documentos. I say I've got it here, I might not have actually. Okay. Not really getting anywhere fast with it. I will try having a play to see if I can get a signal in it in a minute. There you go, Hacker Hunter. It's getting warm up here again. Right, let's just find the manual a minute. Let's go into the Hacker Groups IO. I'm sure I've already downloaded this, you know. So let me have a look. P38A. Okay, Hunter, there we go. So let me get the schematic up of the board as is at the moment. That's the FM tuner. Here we go. Here we go. So let's go to the screen. Hopefully I'm all right up in the corner. I'm a bit big up in the corner. Let's just get rid of me for a minute. So this is TR1 that we probed. So we've got a signal coming in on the base. That's getting amplified and coming out through the collector into T1. It's also going, let's have a look where that signal is going. It's just feeding back to the emitter. I've got nothing on the emitter, so that seems to be blocking. I've got nothing on the emitter. Looks like it comes up through here as well. So we have got this capacitor here, R25. Just looking where that goes. That's sort of giving a bit of feedback as well. Coming up over here, HT2. Is that the power supply for it, maybe? So this switches in FM at the moment. Obviously, if it's pushed down, it switches over to medium wave, so that contact will move down and make those two. So that comes up and that goes into... Where's that's connected to the FM tuner? Oh, okay. I'm rambling again, people. I'm just trying to get my head around this. So I think that's just power. So that makes this circuit here IFT2. So one of these is AM, one is FM. I think IFT1 is FM and IFT2 is AM. I think, yeah. I did work all this out the other day, didn't I? But you know, I get so many things I got to do. I just lose track of it. So IFT1 and 3 are the first and second IF transformers. So IFT1. This one is the AM transformer. So in theory, if this section of the oscillator mixer is working, I should have a signal on the input to this. And then that goes down to... That's IFT3 then. Okay, I am getting confused now. Alright, well the signal's coming out of there. It looks like it's going around that core, then up to here and then into this. I take it that's all done with this switch in here, isn't it? Okay, yeah, because that's down there. That'll switch that in. Signal go up through there, back down through that second half, back to there. Let me get my chat up as well so I can see what you guys are saying. Someone might be amazingly... Sean, how you doing, mate? Welcome. A leaking electrolytic leaking to ground. Which one do you think, though, Douglas? Are we talking C42. It is a bit messy. I'm trying to get my head around it, Aston. It's these switches confuse the hell out of it, really, because obviously that switch there will come down one if it's switching off, and then we'll engage medium wave, and I don't know if that medium wave switch is in the off position at the moment or the on. I take it would move up one if it was pushed on. Evening, Georgie, how are you? And Sim, how are you? Output. We've checked the amplifier, if that's what you mean when you say output, or you're talking output of the IF board. We're not drawing excessive current or anything, but I suppose any of these caps in the early stage could cause a problem. So C42 could definitely cause us an issue. Just trying to get my head around this this setup here, because you can see where the input of that is. That's transform across to there, so there's no output apart from down here. That's going through the second half of the FM transformer, coming back through yes. I think we need to probe around here just to see if we've got a signal up at this IFT1. Well, I did probe that, didn't I? We've got a really weak signal on it. On the output. Oh, it's coming back down to IFT2. So we should have a signal at C15. Hang on, we got this. No, I'm just going round in circles and confusing myself with that. Evening, Cyberflyer, how are you? C43 leaky. It could be C42 or C43. C43 is the HT. But then that's also the HT to FM. C42, C43 are right in the start of that, so let's have a look at those. See if we can get the ESR meter on those. I mean, it's easy to just fire all the caps out, but it'd be nice to see if we could actually find it before we just blanket change them for the hell of it. T-shirt is blinding. Excellent. That's the intention. Right, let's get back down on the board now. get off of that webcam. So I'm sure you all want to see the fantastic Christmas shirt still, so we'll stick you back on there. So we're around here. Yeah, you should be able to see. So I think it's this one here. I can't actually see because it's actually on top of the. It's on top of the screen print. Okay, that's C42, which I thought might be suspect. C43 is this one down here. So I wonder how easy that is to find on the board. Pretty easy. So let's see if I can hook that on. To see if we've got anything there. It's in circuit, so it probably won't like it, but it's worth a try. It should show us the ESR anyway. If that's high, then it's got to come out. So it's showing 29.38.33. So yeah, that one's okay. He's 25 according to this, so that one's not too bad. C43 then. This is Astron's Astron? It's good. That beer is good. So again, we might not be able to measure this, but we'll give it a go. So you can definitely get a probe on there. He says. Just going to have to hold it there and hope for the best. Don't turn off now, we need you. Actually, I might be able to clamp on there and... Well, that's reading 32.5. ESR's alright though. Should be 6.8, but I think that's literally just because let's just sort my tip out here a minute. Let's pop another tip in. I've been working on Dave's Upiteru today, and it's everything's miniature microscope job and pain in the neck. But you know, I'm just going to lift a leg on this. We got another one just there. Now somewhere I've got a solder sucker. Yeah, it's paralleled up with a load of other stuff, Sean. That's the trouble. So I'm just gonna lift it a minute. So I've just pulled it out of circuit. Let's try it again. Okay. It's quite a low value cap anyway, so I quite expect a high ESR on it. Hi Paul. Yeah, I quite expect a high ESR, but it's only really half the value, which is a bit strange. So that one's going to want to be changed. Let's just pull this one here as well while we're at it. It's right beside it. It's going to want recapping anyway, but as I say, I was just trying to see if we could actually find the fault rather than just blanket recap it and find it works. You can't really see it. I made myself too big now. I'm so big. So big. Let's just zoom me back to a little baby size again. It'll be easier on your eyes. There we go. Let's zoom out a little bit. So I'm working up here. You can see I've just popped that one out. I'm just going to do the same with this one. So that one definitely needs changing. Let's have a look at this one. Hang on, that's because I'm not connected to the right pin. Let's try that. Oh, okay. Let's just reconnect that directly to the pin. That is saying that one is knackered. Absolutely. Oh, hang on. Well, I think it's my leads. $28. What should that one be? 22. ESR is fairly high, 1.34, but that's not a game changer. The t-shirt is blinding. A nice drop that from Mr. St. Austell. Hopefully we haven't got a problem with IFT1 because if I've got a spare one, Linton ain't going to get one. So what we'll do is we'll pop two more in there. 6.8 and a 22. I think that's what they are. 6.4 and a 25, I think. So C43, C28. Yeah, 25 and a 6.4, so it'll be 22 and a 6.8. Let's find some caps. What voltage is that? 25 volts. 63 volts. That'd be fine. And 22. What you been up to then, Sean? You been out and about today? (22) at 16 volts. That's 25 volts. What's that one there? That's a pretty one. Pretty colour. Looks like one of that fancy Panasonic thing. 22 at 50 volts, there you go. Let's change those two. Right, let's have a look here. These aren't the easiest to change, to be fair. Let's just get that unplugged. To make it a bit easier to work on. So that's both positives there, okay. I'm just going to use the solder sucker for now, rather than firing the noisy desoldering tool up. He says as he knocks both the caps off onto the floor. That one, I think that's that one there. No. That. Okay, so that's the 6 one. Let's put positive there. This one's got a bit of a journey to make. This one's got a bit of a journey. You're getting shop ready for reopen tomorrow. Oh, of course, Sean, yeah. All systems go tomorrow. You'll be flat out for Christmas haircuts. Mrs. Cruncher was going to do me a haircut, so we ran out of time today. Got to get the Christmas music going in the background, haven't you? Royalty free. If we get a royalty hit on that, that'd be funny, wouldn't it? Copyright strike on that. That would be funny, actually. So I don't think either of these are the issue, to be honest. We're going to do them anyway, because we're here. And they are a bit out of spec. Not a lot out of spec, to be fair. Still a bit of a mystery why it's not working. Let's get them fired up. Turn that down a little bit. It goes mental on some songs. Okay. Right, let's snip those off. Right. I think we need to reconnect it and have a bit of a probe around with the signal tracer just to see if we've got anything on any of those IF transformers. And I think signal tracer may be the subject of tomorrow's live stream. You never know. Right. So we get a nice thump in the amplifier, but absolutely nothing. So if I stick it on long wave and we pop it over to 1500, so this is IFT1 here, which I believe we said was the AM first IF. I mean, really, we should stick an IF signal in it, shouldn't we? We should swamp it with IF, and we'll try that in a minute. I just wanted to see if we got anything on the signal tracer. If I can find it. I can't remember what I did with the signal tracer now. I've moved everything. I put it somewhere really, yes, somewhere really important. So let's find a ground connection. We'll go with that one again. Well, that seems to be interfering with it rather than helping. Bizarre. Nothing. No signal there. Let's see if I can rig up something to stuff an AM signal into it a minute. You like the t-shirt, Georgie? I thought I'd start big. Johnny, how are you? I won't get run over this on. I'm not convinced TR1 is okay, to be honest, Aston. I've just I buzzed it out on the diode tester. I mean, that was my favourite, really. TR1, that was what I was banking on. That's what I was hedging my bets on. We ought to take it out. I should have something there. I mean, it does appear to be oscillating, but whether, I mean, it's definitely amplifying. It's amplifying something. No, it's not the amp board, Sean, because it's working on FM. Albeit slightly distorted, but that could just be capacitors on FM. You missed the beer advent calendar opening, Sean. My first beer of December. Let's pop TR1 on the transistor tester then. I've just pulled that one out. I suppose we ought to show winning. See, the collector of TR1, Aston, was, well, you saw it. I think you saw it on the scope, didn't you? Or did you join just now? It did look okay. And it was buzzing out all right, but that's not to say that there isn't something up with it. It is a lock fit after all. Yeah, it's okay. HFE is 68, which is probably about right for one of those. I will just check the gain of that. So it is a BF194. Let's have a look at BF194, just get the, have I got the Towers book in here? Or have I took it in the other room? No, it's in the other room. Let's just Google it then. Shirt is on maximum volume. Let's get a bit of shirtage going back on here, look. There you go. I'm just going to quickly Google BF194, just to have a look, see what the gain should be on it. It's not brilliant gain on that, is it? But I just don't think it needs to be in the oscillator. BF194. HFE, minimum 38, maximum 200. Oh, he's reading 66 there now. That's cooled back down a bit. Yeah, he's reading 66, so he's not brilliant, but I don't think that's the issue. What you could not see is the frequency on the collector of TR1. Alright, we can have a look at that, Rob, on the scope. Let's just pop him back in. I don't know what an equivalent for a BF194 is at the moment off the top of my head, so we'll leave it. We'll leave it in there. Let's just put a bit of solder back on that one. Let's find my scope probe, which is here somewhere. Bear with me, Rob, and I'll get you the frequency if it will read it. Good to go. Fire in the hole. What are we on? Channel 1. .695 kilohertz at the moment. Let me just alter that a minute. Let's go to the main camera. Let's see if I can get you in there, Rob, but you may not be able to see it. You might be able to there, look. So basically 695 kilohertz. If I turn the dial. Oh, hello. Look, it died there, didn't it? Oh, it's right at the end of the... So 735 one end. And 624 at the other. Should be the IF above the tuned frequency. Let's have a look what I'm on at the moment. So I'm on long wave. So if I go to 1500, that should be about 190 kilohertz. 198. Say 200 kilohertz. Plus the IF of 455. So that's probably about right, Rob, isn't it? Yeah, that is probably about right. You're watching me live and on catch up at the same time. You weren't ready for that shirt. Unnecessary interference. Yeah. You've got to have a bit of shirt action as well. Come on. Let's just get you in on the top half of the shirt as well. So yeah, that's not really... It is oscillating, Rob, isn't it? It is working. I mean, if we switch to medium wave... Yeah, we're doing the same there. Nice. It's bottoming out on the end of the dial, but amplitude's all right, really. It's not. Well, it's better on this end of the scale, but yeah. And then FM, it goes right off. There's one component in here. I mean, it could be. Is there a diode in the IF can? Let's let's just zoom back out off of the board. Stick an IF signal into it. Yeah, that's what I was looking to do. My SIGGEN's a bit buried, but is it 455 or 470 the IF on this? It could be 470 actually. Yes, 470 the IF. Will this one do? This one's tight on right down there. Let me. Oh, ow! I just banged my head on the light then. Let me just sort the cameras out again and crack the SIGGEN open. We'll stick an IF into it and see if anything comes out. Okay, I've got Mrs. Cruncher's got stuff. Tinsely baubles hanging over the top of it here. Okay, right, let's get some. Let's see if I can find a test lead in amongst all the Christmas junk. Not junk, it's good stuff. That's solid. I'll open another one. So let's go. AM, we'll go 1 kilohertz. You want 455, so this could be, sorry, 470. I've got stuff hanging over the top of the dial here. It's 420, 40, 60, 470, should be around about there somewhere. I've got a Christmas tree tangled up with it. It's fighting with a Christmas tree here. It's because I've got it on oh my god, I knew I shouldn't have put that Christmas tree down the back there. Literally, I've got a Christmas tree tangled up in the wires. There we go. That's better. I just want to check the frequency of the signal to make sure we're bang on 470, really. That was what I was hoping to do. Not turned out quite how I hoped. Now I've got to find the power lead for the frequency counter. This is the problem when you've got a signal generator without a frequency counter on it. There we go. Actually, that was pretty bang on. 470.6. That's good enough, really. .1. Okay. So let's have a look. Should we just connect it up with a loop if I can find my little cardboard loop? Everything's been chucked to one side here to clear the room up. Right, here we go. Got a loop here, so we should be able to, or do I direct connect it? So that should be banging in now on the IF. We can hear it. Oh. Well, the IF's getting through. Tinsel for the goats. Goats are tinseled right up, Sean. Yeah. So we've got IF Rob and Nick. All the decorations have blocked it out. Excellent. Just going to have a look at this. So we've definitely got the IF getting through there. I mean, that's just loosely coupled with a coil. I mean, D3 is the detector diode. Is that in that can? Is D3 in IFT6? The detector is the diode inside one of the cans. I think it's D3 looking at the schematic. If I go back to the schematic for you again, apologies for that racket, but I totally blame Nick and let's just turn that down a minute. IF is definitely getting through anyway. Just get rid of the picture-in-picture. There you go. I think that's the AM detector diode there, isn't it? This is the FM discriminator diodes. I mean, it sounds like the problem's in this section rather than further on, but I don't know. That could be blocking everything, I suppose. stopping the signal getting through. Just having a quick look where D3 is. Or am I barking up the wrong tree? D1, D2, I bet D3 is in IFT6. But then normally when you've got an issue like that, see, it doesn't tell you where D3 is. I think it is in there. We've not got a board layout and it's not sort of drawn around. IFT6. And bottom one's IFT5. Where's that IFT5? No, it's IFT5, that top one, I think. I think that's IFT5, but it's not actually marked on here. Let's have a look. 1, 2, 3, 4. That should be IFT5 there, or am I going blind? I think IFT5 is one that with just the single one in it, and I have had those go before. So let's go back to normality. Yeah, hey Daz, how you doing? She womanized my man cave. Hey, no, I asked her to do it, Daz. I asked her to do it, mate. Look. She's done the business, mate. I asked her to do it. She does it every year. She loves it. She loves the decorating. Gotta get the decorators in. How you doing, Daz, anyway? There she is. She's here. Mrs. Radiocruncher's in the house. She says, I can hear that noise downstairs. Hurry up and fix it. They're just commenting, Carol, on your lovely decor. I didn't see you pop in. Did anyone see Mrs. Cruncher pop in then? She snuck up on me. I love tacky. Prayed up a treat. Your daughter's pestering me for decorations now. Well, so she should. I mean, look at the shirt. Look at the shirt there on him. It's just symbolic. So, what do we think? Do you think we ought to pull out the? It drives the dogs bonkers. By the way, that's what Mrs. Cruncher's on about. It drives the dogs batty. They hate the 1 kilohertz tone. Let's pull this this can here. I'm not sure whether diode's inside the can. It's a pain to get out, but she's in there. She did do a good job, didn't she? I mean, Christmas things. That's better. It's coming up to the witching hour, people, as well. We need to get this wrapped up, really. This is just here, Daz. You can see the rest of the place, mate. Yeah, we've got Father Christmas on in his fireplace here, look. With the dog with a broken bottom. I broke his bottom. That's in a skip, Jerry. What? No! You can't! It's good of you to join us, though, Mrs. Cruncher. I've disturbed the dogs. This is the issue, I think. And did you like the new credits, Mrs. Cruncher? So we'll whip this IF transformer out, and yeah, it is. And we'll have a look at the diode inside. You want that shirt? These are £500 each, these shirts. It's cute. See what I'm actually up to. A lot of sucky stuff on that one. Ow. I think I just found an old blade. Oh, they were alright with it, were they? That's alright, huh? Fancy threatening to put Father Christmas in the skip. How could you? I love my tacky decorations. There we go, just get this one out. Let's drink my secondary drink, which is normal water. Oh, did I put... What's going on there? How did that happen? It should have been like that. Oh well. Breach of the peace. Yeah, I didn't get it going through the IF strip, Rob. But the reason I've just gone straight ahead and pulled this is because I've had these go before. Let's get you on what I'm actually doing. Cool, that's a bit blown out. Let's get that darkened down a bit. Let's have a look inside and then see what it's got in here. Johnny. Johnny is our resident comedian. So we've got some little tabs just holding this in. We're one minute over. Still got 2 advent calendars to open yet. So just bent those little tabs back. If we give it a gentle wiggle, it may or may not not being the case. There's our little diode, can you see him? We'll call that one Desmond the detector diode. Okay, so let's just peel this yellow tape off, if I can peel it off in one go. There's also a capacitor in there, but it's one of those polystyrene caps, and they don't really go wrong unless they get heated up. Super hot. Normally, though, when I've had these go in the past, you can trace the signal back through, and it stops here, but there you go. Oh, you haven't even started tea. A distraction for drivers. Are the Christmas tunes going to be on every live stream, or am I getting it over and done with on this one? I think they ought to go on everyone, Sean. It's a nice bit of Christmassy background music just for me. For my own pleasure. Just to make me all Christmassy, so I can be Christmassy for you guys. So, what do you think? Is it going to be or not? He's okay. There ain't no issues with that one. Oh, that's a shame. That would have been nice. Yeah, that would have been nice, but doesn't look like it's going to be, is it? So we can check this capacitor as well while we're in here, and I can get my headgear on and just check that there's no breaks on the wires. High forward voltage for a germanium. Is high forward voltage, you're saying, Nick? I'm just going to check the capacitor to start with, Doug. The problem is that's connected into the coil as well. Don't think it'll just measure this, will it? We can try. We can but try. And that's showing it as an inductor because it's connected to the coil as well. Need to disconnect one end really, and that's a pain to do. So it looks like the coil is okay. Just having a look, the coil is across those two. And it is showing 130 microhenries, roughly. So yeah, coil's good. That cap is across the coil though, so it's measuring the cap as well. Wonder if I can just pull that cap without pulling the wire out of the coil as well. Just want to check that before I put it back in really, but that's probably as far as we're going to, well, it is as far as we're going to go with that today. Because I've got adventing to do. Oh, hang on, there's another cap in there, actually. I didn't notice that one down there, so we'll check that one, or is that... That's got a wire on it as well. There's wires everywhere here. Actually, that diode's connected to a wire as well. Yeah, that diode, I don't know if you can see that on the camera. Let me just try and focus it. A little bit too close, I think. Can you just see that that diode is just got a very fine hair of a wire connected to it? So that's the secondary off the transformer. So secondary is across those two, so we check that as well. Well, the primary, I'm not sure, I think it's a secondary. So that's showing as 61.57 microhenries. Yeah, it's high because it's hi Hilali. I think it's high because it's connected in parallel with well, not in parallel, but it's connected with this capacitor, which is yeah, so it's sort of connected in parallel to the thing. So I'm going to have to pull it to test it. Hi Simon as well. You've been lurking. So I think the coil is good, Doug. That was your question. Oh, let's see if we can pull this. It'll actually be safer to pull it from there, I think. Save disturbing that fine wire. We've gone to the bone on that one. Get off. Okay. Right, it's disconnected now. Properly disconnected. Let's try that again then. You still think that's high? I thought that was okay. Let me just get a germanium out then and have a look. Where's my germaniums? So that'll be something like an OA90 or that'll be something like an OA90, I'd have thought. So let's compare it to an OA90. So not much difference, that's 0.619, look. These are germaniums. Germaniums. So that's an OA90. Forward voltage. Let's just try a 1N60 as well, just for the hell of it. So this is a 1N60 going in. That's an OA90 I've just taken off. Don't get these mixed up. I do keep plenty of these because they do go. That was 0.59. And just for the hell of it, we'll go the full lot, and we'll do. Can't remember what these little red ones are now. I think they're OA91s, possibly. I'm not sure. .67, so you know, end of the day, usually they're either all or nothing. Those germaniums, they'll just pop. Unless the Atlas has gone out. Well, I'll tell you what, we could try it with let's try it with the is that close enough? Right, I want to come out there a bit and get rid of that light. Where's the light? Let's test it on this one then. Yeah, that's more like it, isn't it? Bring Mrs. Cruncher up to fix it. Mrs. Cruncher! They say you should come and fix this radio. She's done the decorations, so I can't see her doing the radio as well. Why would the DCA75 be that far out, or is it measuring some sort of different parameters? Let's try the OA90 then. Other way. 0.28. So, I mean, we've proved the diode's correct. I think that's good enough. Let's take that off. So for some reason my peak tester isn't reading it correctly, or it's doubling it for some reason. Perhaps have I got some yeah, I must have got some sort of weird thing set up on it. You want to try a silicone diode on it. Let's just put the. Let's just clean myself up a minute, look, because we need to get some. We need to get the rest of my advent calendars opened up. Because one was from Mrs. Cruncher. So let's have a look what we've got here. What have we got? Have we got anything common? 1 and 4 and 4/8. What are they? Don't know. go. We've got some good old 1N4148 sealer, so we'll try that on Uncle Atlas. That's saying it's 0.69 at 5 milliamps. I wonder if it's this way it's measuring it at 5 milliamps got anything to do with it, or is that the current it's measuring through the and that's a small signal diode. If we try a rectifier diode, let's pull a monster out. What's this? 1N5407. It's a bit of a cakey legs on it. Cakey legs. Spanky! Yeah, we're not quite finished yet, Spanky, but we ain't far off. So that's 0.581, 5 milliamps. There you go, Nick. I've dropped my 4148s down the back now. They're gone forever. They're gone forever. Right. So I've already gone over my allotted my planned time, and we haven't really got very far with the radio, have we? We've done a few bits. We've eliminated. We know we've got the IF passing through it, but I still think that the oscillator's not working properly. With the I don't know why though. Just going to pop this back in its case out of the way for a minute. Get it off the bench. Operation cleanup. So that one's going to need to be revisited at some stage. I will check the rest of the IF transformer now. I've disconnected that. I'll be able to check it out easier, and it's just going to be a case of gradually going through every bit of the radio, really, which is going to be a bit of a ball ache, but you know. It's a good little project to do, really, isn't it? Bit of group fault finding. You guys know a damn sight more about it than what I do. How I do. So I'm just clearing the bench off a minute. Anybody else has got any ideas on that? Just drop me a message in the comments. Anything you think is worth testing. Let's say we can get a working one side by side to do a comparison, which might be worthwhile. Oh, one of the goats decided to keel over then. That's not good. Keep the bits together, handle and the screws, etc. And once again we have a clear bench. Ish. A clear-ish bench. It's time to get quite an interesting advent calendar out to have a look at. This is one that I spotted in George's auction one of George's auctions up in Northampton. George very kindly picked it up for me. In fact, actually, I think I won 2, and George done a deal with me. Is it My Little Pony? I'd love that, Spanky. Have you bought me one? It's secretly going to be arriving very soon. Right, I need a bit of space for this. Let's get rid of my ugly mug. So we'll wind in some. So you can see the goat is very festive today. I don't know where his mate's disappeared. There's one that keeps wandering off. Here he is. Here he is. He's been eating some in here. He's been eating something. He's been chewing up the blimmin' decorations. Don't let Mrs. Cruncher see him. He's been chewing up the decorations. Anyway. Yes, I know. Later. This is a bit it's sort of radio related. I'm gonna have to zoom right out because you're not gonna be able to see this. I thought this was a bit of fun. I think it's German. It's obviously got some a lot of German writing on it. It's in different languages actually, but it looks like it's a radio-controlled helicopter that you build in 24 goes. So we look on the back. It says it's got a LiPo battery. It looks like it's got a controller as well. Hell, that could be dangerous, couldn't it? I don't know if I'm allowed to do it. It says ages 8+. I'm only 5, so am I allowed to do this? I don't know. So if we open it, ooh, dear, oh dear, that's humongous. Can we spot number 1? Anybody see number 1? Come in number 1. I can't see it off the top of my head actually. 8 is the IQ level, is it? Yeah, so sadly it's not My Little Pony, Spanky. It was a real shame, but next year maybe. Number 1, anybody? Where? Where? By the Collective. What's a Collective? What's Paul? What? What is it? What's happened? Has this suddenly grabbed your attention? Has it? Has it suddenly grabbed your? Oh, near the propeller shaft. Error 52. Right. Okay. I think that's number 1. Simon's World A. Hang on, this. Where does this go? This is a massive window. I think I might be zoomed in too close actually. It looks like it goes. So it goes up here and along there. Oh God. What the hell? It goes right right across here. Perhaps this is why it was in the auctions. It's not perforated. I don't know. I think it just hinges up. What the hell is that? Christ, they haven't made this easy to get into, have they? Hell! You get a knife. Or even a spudger. Just something to break this sellotape off. What the hell is that? Well, it looks actually like it is that part, isn't it? It looks like it actually is that part. Oh, Jeff, all right. So looking at the box here, it looks like we're going to have to build this. I don't think there's any instructions, people. How can I show you this? Ah. So this is it says, "Dear children and parents, we recommend that you build the helicopter together. Please do not over tighten the screws." So this is what we've got today. Well, you can't get. It's a massive box. So this is what we've got today. I don't know what it is, but interesting. Well, that certainly looks like a bit of the rotor mechanism, doesn't it? Wow. There we go. So when we're done, we should have Airwolf flying about in the radio room. Oh dear! Wow. But of course, it wouldn't be Christmas without Mrs. Cruncher buying me an advent calendar, would it? So how about that? Once again, for my birthday, Mrs. Cruncher has bought me the Weira advent calendar. So can you spot number 1 on that? It's too small on my screen. Oh hell, I might be able to spot number 1. You think I'll word it out? You've got every confidence in me. Fire engine boat. It's a squirrel's leg. It's a squirrel's hind leg, Spanky. So we're looking for number 1 on the Weira advent calendar now. As I say, present from Mrs. Cruncher. They do cracking advent calendars. The one last year was brilliant. Anybody spot it? Is my chat lagging a bit today? No beer left. No beer at the inn. It's definitely not last year's. If you go on the back, they've got all their advent calendars they've done since 2010. So that was the one we did last year, 2019. So it's definitely 2020, this one, Spanky. Just for your information. So who got that one first then? I've got to play Flight of the Valkyries. I think Spanky got it first, didn't he? Above Santa's head. It's what's in number one. Oh, some Velcro underwear. No. And we've definitely got Velcro though. We've definitely got Velcro. A bit of Weira advertising. So let's pop that to one side. So it's obviously the holder for all the other nice bits that are going to appear at some stage. It's very similar to last year's actually, isn't it? Don't forget, we had some very useful stuff in last year's one. We had some very, very useful stuff in last year's one. Yeah, so we had some very useful stuff in last year's one. I had a bottle opener as well. I don't know where the bottle opener's gone actually. I had a bottle opener and a corkscrew and a bottle opener. That was in last year's, and loads of sockets and screwdrivers and all sorts of stuff, Torx. So there you go. That all folds up. Ready for some bits. As the weeks go on, hopefully it'll build up into a nice little toolkit. So there you are. I think that's everything done for today. 3 advent calendars, eh? That's a bit spoiled, isn't it? Really, a bit spoiled. Bottle opener. You're not having my bottle opener. No, 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 no. Not my bottle opener. Let's get rid of my side view. I'm sure you don't want to see the side of my head as well. Let's put the music back on for sure in a minute. There you go. Just to keep you on your toes, Sean. So I win the T-shirt of the year award then. Hey, Wenlock, good morning to you. Cruncher pouch for the ladies. Getting the same this year. That is a very, very highly used tool. Used more than the screwdrivers, I think, Doug. All you need now is the bottles. Did you not see the start of the stream, Johnny? You didn't see the start of the stream. For anybody that missed the start of the stream, I'll show you the other advent calendar. Where are we? That's the other advent calendar, Johnny. That's courtesy of St Austell's Ales. Well, I had to buy it, but that's 24 different beers in there with Penguin up on top, just to keep it safe and secure. And Mrs. Cruncher hasn't even put any batteries in, poor old Penguin. So I'm going to have to get some batteries in that one myself. It gave you a flashback, didn't it, Jeff? What, of last year? You were missing the music. You don't get any good advent calendars in Canada. I expect you probably could, Video Monkey. So yeah, that was today's advent beer, was Eureka by St Austell's Ales. American Pale Ale, 4.9%. In it, very nice it was too. I think that's one they've just brought out actually. So there you are. Today's beer. Well, that's everything for today, people. Oi, Daz. You've got to search for them, mate. You've got to search for them, Daz. But the Weira one is excellent. I think pretty much everywhere sold out of that, which is surprising for considering the costs, because they ain't cheap. Lego and candy, that's about it for Africans. I was saying to Mrs. Cruncher this morning that when we were kids, all we had, well, that light's blowing, making my head very shiny, isn't it? All we had when we were kids was a cardboard one, and you folded it out and then you just peeled back the cardboard, and there was like a little picture in every one, wasn't there? And then when you got to Christmas Eve, it was a double one, and there was a big picture of like baby in the manger and all that. Go for it, Daz. I say I'm not sure about the Revel one. That I bought that in an auction up in Northampton. The beer advent calendar is definitely sold out. You might get a Weira one if you search around. Tool Station were doing them. The little pictures. You remember those, Video Monkey, do you? Anyway, people, that's it for today. Tomorrow, I'll give you a sneak preview. I think tomorrow we're going to have a go at building this. You've all seen it. Some of you have built it. Some of you might be wanting to build it but not really sure. It's the Velleman signal tracer and injector all in one. So there you go. Sneak preview tomorrow's stream. Just for you guys. I'll put a notification out on that later on anyway. So yeah, we'll have a go at building that tomorrow. It shouldn't take too long. It looks fairly straightforward. I have got a project box somewhere to put it in, but I doubt whether I'll be able to find that. There you go. Cheers, people. Don't forget, give it a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, subscribe. Thanks for the super chats as well. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. Spanky wants to build one of those. Cheers, David. Cheers, everybody. So I will catch you people tomorrow. Same time, same place. And don't forget to read the end credits. You need to read the end credits. Oh dear. Cheers, people. See if I can mute my mic.